morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back, everybody, to another fantastic TLU2 News Bite. Today's News Bite being brought to you guys from DailyStar.com. We do have an official development update for the upcoming, highly anticipated PlayStation exclusive, The Last of Us Part 2. Turns out Troy Baker recently opened his mouth. The Last of Us Part 2 release date might still be a ways away, but after the latest news, it feels like it might be a little closer. According to Troy Baker, the world-famous voice actor who plays Joel in The Last of Us, they've just finished a playtest for the game. Baker was speaking at a press panel along with Nolan North at the MCM Comic-Con in Birmingham when he revealed the official news. Along with his usual plaudits saying how awesome the game looked, he said, and I quote, "We just finished a playtest and it's looking awesome. I cannot wait for it to be on shelves." As Redditors pointed out, a playtest is a great sign for the game. One even said, a playtest is the process by which a game designer tests a new game for bugs and design flaws before bringing it to the market. Maybe E3 2018 could be where we finally get to see some official gameplay. I am absolutely ecstatic. Now, moving on to some other development updates. We just had GDC, that was just recently, the Game Developers Conference. And so yes, The Last of Us 2 was at GDC, and in a tweet celebrating the start of the Chinese Year of the Dog, Naughty Dog director Neil Druckmann posted a picture of himself sitting with a dog in a motion capture suit. This is awesome. Now, while Druckmann doesn't detail what the official role of the dog itself will have, it's pretty safe to say that it will be a fairly big part. Otherwise, why would the studio go through the hassle of motion capturing an animal? A dog, of no doubt. Whether the dog will be a friend or foe, however, is yet to be revealed. It could be that the dog is going to be your buddy, something Naughty Dog is a fan of including in its games. In the first The Last of Us title, we saw Ellie act as your buddy, while Uncharted 4 saw Nathan's brother Sam take on the role of your buddy. Now, moving on with the last piece of the news we got today is the inspiration. Neil Druckmann kind of opened up about the inspiration behind The Last of Us 2, and Neil Druckmann took to the stage at the DICE Summit last week for a talk called Crafting Narratives for Video Games, Film, and Television. Though Druckmann touched on numerous topics, including content that was cut from Uncharted 4, he did provide something as of an update for The Last of Us Part 2. More specifically, the director opened up about the inspirations for the game, and one of those concerned the award-winning graphic novel turned Netflix original series, The End of the Fucking World. There's a show on Netflix, and I quote Neil Druckmann, "End of the Fucking World," which is so well written and acted, and it's quirky, and it has been totally inspiring for some of the stuff that we're doing here on The Last of Us Part 2. Now, he also noticed how the studio drew a lot of inspiration from Alfonso Cuarón's 2006 dystopian thriller film, Children of Men. Now, while we do not have a release date, and there's no official word of a playable test at this year's upcoming E3 2018, but we do know the development of the game started back in 2014. The motion capture for the title started back in 2016, so a lot of the pieces are certainly coming together. Also, in a recent interview with Argentinian radio station Vorterex, The Last of Us Part 2's composer, Gustavo Santaolalla, stated that the title is planned to launch exclusively for PlayStation 4 in 2019. Now, obviously, this has not been confirmed by the studio or anybody at Sony, but, you know, it's fun to dibble-dabble on. Now that we have the news out of the way, I'll just go ahead and speculate just for a quick second. I'll go ahead and get out of your guys' hair. Thank you so much for joining me today. Go ahead and smash that like button while you're thinking about it. Also, be sure to click that notification setting so you guys so you're notified and alerted for when I upload a kick-ass video. Now, moving on to the speculations. I think we're going to have a playable demo this E3 2018. If you do recall, back on The Last of Us Part 1, they had a playable demo that exclusively, came on God of War Ascension. Do you guys remember that? Now, notice that God of War is coming out in just a couple of weeks, okay? It's the first week of April as it is now, so we only have a couple of weeks to go for God of War. And Neil Druckmann and Cory Barlog, the creative director of God of War, have been posting up some Twitter videos. They've been sharing each other's play tests, and they've been ultimately going behind closed doors and enjoying each other's beautiful masterpieces. Now, can we see a cross collaboration again with the upcoming God of War promoting The Last of Us Part 2? I would love it. Now, the time frame isn't right, okay? Because if you remember, God of War Ascension had a playable demo for when The Last of Us was in very early playable testing. Could we see the same thing? It's possible. It's possible. But moving on from the whole cross-collaboration with Cory Barlog and Sony Santa Monica and God of War, I definitely think we'll be able to get our hands on something to physically play this June at E3 2018. And I also, on top, just to top the year off of 2018, I think this year's PlayStation Experience in December is when we're going to get our official 2019 release date. Awesome. That's just my speculation. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit the indicator of that upward thumb. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you guys want to see some more top-notch TLU2 News Bite videos, be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that notification setting so you're informed of when I upload some kick-ass videos. Awesome. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.